with the fan bases there for all the universities. They're all crazy. How is that, being there, growing up and seeing that at that level?
I mean, it starts in high school, realistically. People in Texas live, breathe, and dream about football non-stop. Football's year-round, because the weather's so great down there. But, seeing that, how it just translates onto the next level is phenomenal. It's crazy how all the Texans fans, are loyal to their team regardless if it's good or bad. They're going to show up. They enjoy the game of football, and they love their team. So it's a great feeling.
You mentioned that too, that you were an Oklahoma fan, but what kind of memories do you have growing up about Texas football, or maybe just some ribbing you had from your friends back and forth like
Texas
that?
Football when they won the national championship in 2005 with Vince Young. I didn't have bragging rights for ever. Like all my friends are always like, yeah, we won the national championship, Vince Young and everything, but there's a lot of great players that came through Texas, I mean, it's not the fact that I don't like the University of Texas. It's just that I grew up as being a Sooner, and that's the rivalry. But Texas is a great program. A lot of professional football players, playing right now in the league today, came straight out of Texas.
And having that as well, do you feel like any extra motivation going into Austin? Like you want to just go down, especially with your friends that you grew up with,
especially because I have a lot of people showing that are going to be in the crowd, in Austin. I have a couple friends that actually go to the University of Austin. So, I have a lot of motivation, going in there, playing Texas at Texas, and also being back in my home state. So,
thanks for work.
Are you worried about the mindset of the team after a loss like that?
No. We put TCU has been in the past. Our team as a collective whole has moved forward. Right now we're just focusing on Texas. And winning out.
As teams more and more try to take away Kevin and Mario, it's going to get a lot more targets possibly for you and DQ. How do you feel about that? Is that exciting, especially going home to Texas?
It's a good feeling, but nevertheless, it's football. If they take away the outside, the inside's going to be open. They can't take away both. And then if they try to take away both, the run game's going to be open too. So, I mean, it just gives us the opportunity, to show out our skills and stuff and make the best of our opportunities. So when we start making plays in the middle, Kevin and Mario got to be patient, because then as soon as they try to take the middle way, it's going to be their time. So it's good.
It was one of those games where it seemed like y'all never really got into a rhythm that lasted. Is that kind of the key to the offense, is just kind of moving it and keeping the rhythm going?
Yeah, I mean, keeping the rhythms going, but, we're going into Texas, knowing that we're going to play on the road. It's going to be a very hostile environment, especially in Texas. They're playing with great confidence and stuff, and any game on the road is tough to play. So, we got to let the game come to us.
Just because of the environment or unfamiliarity, or do you have trouble hearing?
No, it's just the environment, it's going to be, anytime you play on the road, it's a challenge. You got to deal with more factors than playing at home. But especially playing in University of Texas, their football team is great. It's phenomenal. They've been coming off a big-time win against Texas Tech and having a lot of confidence.
Jordan, does that loss to TCU kind of define the maturity of this team moving forward, the way you guys are able to bounce back?
Yeah, I feel like it does, because, honestly, we haven't talked about TCU. Everybody has just let that go in the past. We're moving forward. We're looking onto this next game against Texas. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a great environment to play in front of, all those fans and stuff. Texas is a good football team. They're coming off a great win. They're feeling confident and stuff. So we got to come out there with the best game we ever had, this season.